Hey everyone, it's Blake with Fishbait. In this video, we're going to walk through downloading Windows Server 2025 evaluation version, and then installing it using VMware Workstation 17. Let's get started. Alright, to start with, I'm on the Microsoft Evaluation Center download page, and in the middle you can see we have Windows Server 2025. I'm going to go ahead and click on Evaluate Now, and then I'll choose to download the ISO. This will take us to a registration form to evaluate Windows Server 2025. On the right hand side, you can see the form. It asks to enter a few different pieces of information. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my information here, and then we can start the download. All right, now that we've got that, I'm going to click on Download Now. That will take us to the page where we can select which language we want to download. We're going to choose English United States and choose the 64-bit edition of the ISO file. That will go ahead and start the download process for us. I'm going to go ahead and speed up this video a little since it's going to take a few minutes to download. That way you guys don't have to watch it all. Alright, our download has completed. I'm going to go ahead and open up VMware Workstation, and I'm going to select Create a New Virtual Machine. From here you can select Typical or Custom. I'm going to leave it as Typical, and then we'll go ahead and click Next. From here you can choose whether you want to point it to an ISO file or you want to install the operating system later. Even though we have the ISO file, I'm going to select to install it later. Click Next. Make sure your operating system is Microsoft Windows. And then we're going to choose the version from the drop-down. So in our case, again, it's Windows Server 2025. And I'll click. From here, you can give your virtual machine a name. I'm using this for some other things, so I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm just going to put base after it. And then you can go through and choose where you want this virtual machine to live. I'm actually going to put it on an external drive where I have a few other virtual machines. I'm going to create a new folder for it first to live in. And then I'll click OK. Once I have that, I'll click Next. And then you need to tell virtual machine how much space to use for this new virtual machine. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and enter 70. And I'm also going to choose to use a single file for the virtual disk. Here you can review everything that you've set. And if you feel good about it, you can click Finish. Or if you need to make changes, you can click Back. Once you click Finish, it creates it right away. So remember, we're not walking through the install yet. So it's gone ahead and made that. We're going to go ahead and edit this virtual machine settings. The first thing that you can do is edit the memory. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that up here. And then I'm going to edit how many processors this virtual machine has access to. Oh, it looks like I'm trying to get 16 here. So we'll choose the processors. Set that to 4. And I'm going to go ahead and manually adjust the memory here since it didn't go to 16. There we go. That looks better. Okay. So next we're going to use an ISO image file. So I'm going to select that. And here I'm going to browse to the ISO file for Windows Server 2025 that I downloaded earlier. So we'll just go ahead and select that and click Open. And then on the Options tab, we have a few different settings that we're going to select. So we have the Advanced option here on the left, and on the right hand side there's Disable Side Channel Mitigations for Hyper-V enabled hosts. We're going to go ahead and check that box. If you don't check it, you'll actually get a warning message when you go to start up your VM. So once we have that, we'll click OK. And now our virtual machine is ready to be powered on. So we'll go ahead and click on Power On this virtual machine. You'll see the VMware logo pop up, and make sure you click into your screen right there so you can press a key, and then that will initiate the installation of Windows Server 2025. If you don't click into the window, your keyboard won't connect correctly. So from here we can choose our language and time and currency formats. I'm just going to leave them at English. We can also select our keyboard or input method. I'll leave it as US. And then you can tell it what you want to do. In this case, we want to install Windows Server. We're not doing a repair. And we need to say that we agree everything will be deleted if we continue here. So from here, we can choose what we want. You have a few different options. You have the standard evaluation and then desktop experience. We want the desktop experience. That's what gives us the GUI interface. Next, we are accepting the license terms. And you can read through all that if you want to. And now we're going to tell it which disk to use. We already set up our 70 gig disk for the VM, so that's the one that we want. We'll go ahead and click Next. And now it tells us it's ready to install. So we can go ahead and click the Install button. So from here, Windows Server will run through the installer. It may restart a couple of times. You should see this percentage here letting you know how close it is to complete. I did not run into any errors when I was doing this install, so I'm not able to show any troubleshooting techniques as part of it. But if you run into any errors, there are a lot of websites out there, forums, with the different error codes that you will receive, and that can help you troubleshoot any issues you might come across. So here you can see that it's going to do a restart, relaunches VMware again, and then goes right back into the installer. Alright, once it comes up with this menu, you need to set an administrator password, so you'll have to enter that in twice. I'll go ahead and enter in my password here that I want to set. And then down in the bottom right, click Finish. Finalize the settings. Ask you to do a Control-Delete to log in. Enter my administrator password that I just set. And then you'll be prompted for a send diagnostic data to Microsoft, so you can choose whether or not you want to do that. And then just click on the accept button with whichever option you chose. And that's it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, keep phishing.